Hello everyone. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am That Doll Collector. My name is Lisa. It seems like it's been forever since I've done a video. I think the last one I did was with my Pika sculpt. It's been a week or two since I've done another one. It's back. It's good to get back into the swing of things and making videos again. I I've been gone for a little while because I've been going through a couple things in my life, and everybody deals with things differently, and um, so that's what I think I'm going to talk to you all about today. But for now, let me show you who we have in front of us, who we're going to change today. This little boy you see before you, he is the Pascal replica that I got off of AliExpress. And I named him Brock. His name is Brock, and I'm going to tell you how I picked that name and a little bit about the little boy named Brock that I knew as a young girl. So anyway, so today I'll show you what we're going to change him in. It is cold here in Minnesota today. It's overcast and a little bit rainy. Good duck hunting weather. This reminds me of. It reminds me of more of October than September here in Minnesota. But anyhow, since it's a little bit cooler, we're going to put him in a nice warm sleeper. So this is the sleeper we're going to dress him in. It is a little vintage sleeper. It's blue, and I love these vintage plastic snaps that they used to have, the little square red snaps, the red and white striped collar, and around the wrists. It's kind of like a turquoise blue color. So anyway, yeah, let's first talk about this little boy right here. So like I said, I named this little boy Brock. And growing up as a young girl, I had a neighbor that lived down the road about, I suppose it was about 3 or 4 miles. We both lived in the country. I rode the bus with that group, that family, their kids. They had 4 children. And the oldest girl was my brother's age, and then the second oldest was another girl. She was my best friend as a young girl growing up. Her name was Christy. And anyway, then they had a younger brother named Brent, and then a baby that was born. He was an oopsie, and they named him Brock. And that's who I named this baby after. So I remember when I was in the first grade, Christy's mom was going to have a baby, and we spent so much time together. It was like I was one of the kids. I was just included in everything that their family was doing, and it was vice versa for her too. Every time she came over, she was like just a big part of my family as well. And we had so many good memories together, so many. And when her little brother Brock was born, I remember when they brought him home. I think he was born in like either November or December. It was cold. And when they brought him home, he was wearing this little sleeper, this very sleeper right here. And I remember when Christy and I used to play house, and we had our dolls, and I remember her mother asking me if I wanted to keep this sleeper of Brock's. It was the one that he brought home, that she would let me have it if I wanted, because it fit my doll so well, and I was so excited. So that's how I got this little vintage sleeper. And every time I put it on one of my dolls, I think of Brock. And we had we had some pretty fun times. Brock became our little tag along. He was the little brother that wanted to do everything that we did. And they would ask him when he was young who his sisters were. And he would name, Carrie and Christy. And then he would say, Isa. Yeah, he called me Isa. And he was so cute. He was blonde hair and blue eyes. And his brothers and sisters were brown hair and green eyes. So he was, but his mother was blonde and blue eyes, had blonde hair and blue eyes. So he was such a cute little boy. And I remember several times Brock wanting to tag along with Christy and I, and her mother would physically hold him back and just tell us, go run, I'll hold him back. So we could have some alone time. I just loved being around us, but we didn't always want him with us. So it's funny the things you remember growing up, how things were, and I just remember that. But that also brings me to a thought of how things can change as you get older, and how sometimes life experiences and the relationships that you have can kind of shape your future and shape the person that you're going to turn into. And like, take for instance, little Brock, when he was, I suppose, just a toddler, barely talking, there was a bad tragedy that happened in their household. In the basement, someone decided to unalive theirself, and Christy and Brock were the ones to first stumble upon that really bad accident in their house. And I'll never forget that, how terrible that was. And even as young as what little Brock was, that changed him forever. After that, he had to have counseling, and I think he had to even be on special medication, because he really had a hard time understanding what he was seeing when he saw that. And that just, shows you that sometimes, when those really bad things happen to us, the different ways that we can cope and the different ways that we learn to move on. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And every choice that we make, and every relationship, everything we do has a consequence, good or bad. And it's how you choose to deal with the situation, I think sometimes, is how it brings about those consequences. So yeah, and life can be so sticky. It can be so sticky sometimes, especially when people choose to go their own way, and choose to do what they feel they want to do without really considering the other people around them. It can have bad consequences. And I know Christy, even to this day, kind of blames herself for Brock tagging alongside of her when she went down to the basement to get that person who decided that they would take their life. She would talk about that a lot, and how guilty she felt about that. But those things happen, and I truly believe it's how you deal with them and choose to go forward that molds you into the person that you're meant to be. So so with that, we've got little Brock all dressed and ready for bed. He looks so cute in his little sleeper. And I want to thank all of you for subscribing to my channel, those of you that have subscribed. If you're new and you're checking out this channel for the first time, thank you so much, and welcome to my channel. And I hope that if you like what you see and want to see more of my babies, that you will consider subscribing as well. And I also wanted to let each and one of you know that I really appreciate all your comments that you've been leaving me. And please know that if you're commenting on some of my videos, I do not always see every comment, especially if it's on some of the older videos, but I always try to go back and check and make sure I haven't missed anyone. I try to answer every single comment. And if I haven't answered a comment that you left, just please know that I'm so grateful that you actually left a comment for me and that you like my videos. And I know today is kind of a somber type video, but it's been kind of the way I've been feeling lately. Yeah, I've had a little bump in the road in my life recently, one that I choose not to discuss at this time, but I'm doing okay. We'll get through it, and life goes on, and I just cling to the fact that sometimes God will move a million people just to get that one person in the spot that he wants them to be in. And I believe that has been the case with me. And so we're getting through it. Life goes on, and better days ahead. And I'm so glad that you all have stuck with me and keep checking out my videos when I make them. And I hope that you will continue. And I will talk to you soon. Remember that it's very important that happiness really is a choice that we make no matter what's going on in our life. It is how you choose to look at an issue. It is how you choose to react. It is okay to take a break. It is okay to stop for a while just to get yourself back together. But at some point, pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep going. Please know that I love each and every one of you, and I will talk to you again soon in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Say goodbye, Brocky.